Let's see here. For 3 years. Okay, good questions, guys. Live encourage. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I just spoke with a student, and I need to eat some food. Okay. All right, here we go. What do you look for in a right mid? Crosses and 1v1 defending. What's up, Instagram skers? Instagram skers. What? How are you, everybody? Okay, we're good. Connected to. Perfect. All right. If you have questions, let me know. Instagram. What is good? What's good? Instagram. What is a good development program? Is it easier to get recruited from club or high school? Club. Can I still get scouted with 3.3? Yes. Aim for Division 3 and Division 2. What is a good development program? Development. What do you mean by development? Can I join MLS Next? Interested in being a client? I requested. I don't know if you can join MLS Next. You have to book a call, and we can see if we can help you. Is it realistic to transfer from D2 to D3 to a D1 school? No. It's possible though, but I wouldn't go as far as say it's realistic. It does happen, but it's difficult and it's expensive. But it's definitely possible. I would prefer that you commit to your D2 or D3 school, so that way you go to college, than not do that because you just want to play D1 and end up nowhere. If I'm 5'9" goalkeeper that plays EA and has 4.0, can I go D3? Yes, Pablo, for sure. Absolutely. But I need to see your video. What's happened with the new NCAA rules change, roster sizes and all that? So now Division 1, there's only 28 roster spots for boys and girls. And before it was loose. It was like 28, 33, 36, 40. Now it's 28 only, which is making a big difference for everybody. I'm MLS Next, and I would like to join the live. I am MLS Next. I would like to join. I don't think you can join my TikTok live. Can you? I don't see a place to make you join the live, but I'm glad that you want to talk to me. Give me a call. The link's in the bio, and we can talk about it. UKX Academy, how likely to get recruited? Book a call. Internationals are complicated. Where should someone who made ECNL or playoffs go aim for college? I'm working really hard to be ECNL. Start with Division 3 and Division 2, Emma. If you get interest, then you can go to Division 1, but start with D3 and D2. Good colleges in Ohio. What divisions? We have a lot of different good colleges in Ohio. So many good colleges in Ohio. What will schools do if they already have 28 players? Yes, good question. So they're going to have to cut kids, and they're going to have to try and make some kids quit. And sometimes coaches make kids quit by not playing them or not playing them at practice or doing lots of sprints. Is it possible to go pro if you're D2, D3? Yes, D1 and D2. Cool. Let's see here. What is the question? What's better, NCAA Division 3, Division 2, or NAI D1 or D2? It's all about the coach and your goals. I would say D2 is probably the best of the ones you mentioned. So I got a question. Do you help recruit for any level of college or just D3? I do any level. We have probably 30%, maybe 60% that go Division 1. But I want to help everybody be happy, so we do D3 too. How do I get recruited for high school teams and scholarships? Send video, email, etc. Hey, what is something I can do better myself if I'm a left back? Work on pings across the field. Are highlight videos using Trace highlights adequate? Yes, Trace is great. We love Trace. Because lots of your videos are D3. Lots of my videos are Division 3. This is true. But you can go look at our list on my website. You can see all the different levels. We do D1, D2, D3. What is the best GPA to have for D1 school? 3.5 and above. Do colleges come to high school soccer games normally, or do you have to email coach? They will never come to a high school game. How can I get scholarship to high school? For private high school, you have to do the same thing. Send them an email, send a video, and go for trial. Does committing to a D1 school cover soccer expenses? No. You still have to pay for tuition. If I play SCCL, do I have a chance of going D1? No. Focus on D3, D2. I went to a college camp in July, and a coach showed interest. Should I email them? Yes. What if I'm 24? Too late. Is E64 a good league for Division II, Division III? Yes. Does committing to D1 for school soccer cover all expenses? No. I'm a goalkeeper with 2.6. Go to junior college. What can I do if I have better than 10? More goals and assists. Let's see. I didn't make the team. With the new rules, the 25 grad class be smaller for most schools. Yes, EV, it will be. Even 26s will be smaller. If I play MLS next, can I play D1? Maybe. It depends. I need to see video. If I play ECNL, do I have a chance to make it D1? Maybe. It's still very difficult. ECRL, can I go D1? Very difficult. Less than 2% of kids play Division I soccer. Doesn't matter if you play high school. Technically, no, but you do want to get video from your high school. Hi, Sophia. I'm 13. I play ECRL because I don't want to leave my team. Can I still play in college if I continue this path? I don't know, Sophia. I would have to call your parents. There's a chance that maybe you cannot. There's also a chance maybe you could. You are only 13, so there's an argument you could, but if you never want to leave your team, you're gonna have to do more work than other people. So, Sophia, have your parents call me. You can click the link in the bio to do that. E64, still be good for college. D3, committing to D1 school for no, will not cover all costs. Our highlight videos, Trace is good. I went to college ID camp this past July. Yes, you should. Okay. My kids homeschooled. Should I have them play high school or club? Club. I have 3 offers from D3s. How do I start attacking D2s? Email them and say, I have offers from other programs. May I ask if you're looking for my position for the class of X? Okay, cool. Good questions, guys. We have a meeting here in a little bit, so I just have to do a little bit of preparation. I will talk out loud, so that way you know what I'm doing here. And yeah, so we'll do that. Okay. Autocomplete suggestions. All right. I have been a busy guy lately. Okay, how does that now? This one. Okay. Okay. No criminals. Okay. That person had that question. Okay. Here's your recording. Gianna. It was a pleasure to speak with you. Okay. Okay. I'm wondering the same. How much harder is it to go pro if you play D3 than D1? Much more difficult. Much more difficult. Every time you go to an open ID camp, they're going to say, well, what college team did you play for? And you're going to say Division III, and they're going to write you off. However, if you do well at the combine, then they don't care. It doesn't really matter. So the question really you should be asking is, if you don't play college soccer at all, will you be able to play pro? And then you're really screwed. So you're better off playing Division III than nothing else. That's for sure. What makes a good right winger? Oh, crosses, 1v1 dribbling crosses. Is it easy to get offers from playing club or high school? Club. What should I do if I'm an 8th grader but not playing MLS ECNL? 1 yard. Please call me because I need to see your video and see if you're good enough for me to help you. We can only help elite level 8th graders, but you might be the level. Can I show my video and can you rate it? Not this second. We can do video review soon. But send it to the link in the bio and I can usually take a look at it at some, or DM it to me. Might be easier. I'm also a junior, and I've been just DM it to me. If you guys DM me the word call, I'll be able to help you guys out a little bit more. I'm also a junior, and I've been to quite a few ID camps. That's good, but do you have any? Are they talking to you more? Does committing to a D1 school no, it does not cover all costs. Is it worth to drive 2 hours every day to MLSX, or should I keep playing on an average regular team? Depends how badly you want to play. I drove 4 hours away. So it depends how badly you're or how much you're committed. I know somebody that took 400 flights. I know another person that moved from Alaska. That's what it takes to play college soccer. It's very, very competitive. What do coaches like to see in a goals, goals, goals. Hold up, play, goals. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Brendo Hima. Thanks for joining and saying hello. I'm varsity captain and freshman, and I have D1 offers. How do I go pro? That's awesome. You need to probably start reaching out to MLS Next teams and talking to them if you have D1 offers as a freshman. That's freaking very cool. Give me a call. I can try and help you out. That's really cool. What do coaches like to see in a center attacking mid? Through balls and goals. If I want to transfer to a program in the spring, when is the best time to contact? You cannot contact anybody until the end of your season legally. So you have to wait usually until November. Yes, usually you have to wait until November. Okay, so that is this. Okay. Okay. There's that. Oh, I need to undo. Part one. Okay, CollegeSoccerGuy, next steps. Okay, I can delete that. Okay. Done. Okay, done. Do it that in a minute. Okay. What's up, everybody? The captain, I want to transfer JUCO. Yo, Zev, I talked a while back and brought your program. Just want to let you know it's amazing. Josh Ramos. Thanks, bro. I'm gonna take a photo. Josh Ramos, out of curiosity, what features are you using the most? Because I'm curious now. We have this really cool program, guys. It is amazing. It really is. I know people always say their program's amazing, but like this tool that I have that I built, it's freaking nuts. It's just incredible. Josh Ramos, tell me what you like about it. Does being captain of the MLS team look better for colleges? Absolutely. I'm a junior, play center attack mid, ECNL with 3.7. Jacob Kotata and No Touch Jorge, call me. You guys, that's a very good resume right there. What website should I do to make a highlight video? WeVideo.com. WeVideo.com. It's very good. 12. Let's see what else here. If I go JUCO, what are possibilities to get to D1? You just have to do really well JUCO, make every touch videos, and then email the Division I schools. It's possible. I would forget Division I. I know you guys all want Division I. You can't get to Division I unless you get Division II. So like focus on Division II first or Division III. Then at least now you have a backup, because all of you guys want to go pro. So if you really want to go pro, you need to find a college team. If you end up on no college team, you end up in what's called the UPSL. The UPSL is, for the most part, a dead end for most people. So you need to play college if you want to go pro. So if you're like JUCO to D1, focus on JUCO to D3. And then if you get an offer, then do D2 and then do D1. And that way, if you end up getting an offer to D1, great. If you don't, you'll still have an option. If you only focus on Division I, you will be screwed later on, which will suck big time. You do not want that. Because if that happens, then you are in trouble, because then you'll have nowhere to go. And then your career is pretty much over. And I'm not asking you to go to a camp. I'm just email some Division 3s, email some Division 2s. You will get way more responses, way more responses. If you're good, obviously it just depends still if you're good, but you still, yeah, there's definitely good stuff there. Yeah. Okay. I'm almost done here. Okay. I have been asked this before. My brother is a financial advisor. Is my financial advisor. Has access to all my accounts. If I were to get hit by a bus or change the line of work of some kind, you would be issued a full refund. It's being done on my phone. I'll take. I understand your pipeline might be too full. What does it look like? Backup plan. If I bust from business standpoint, we invest in you, depending on what person's inherent risk from playing fund. And then I've been asked before. My brother's been asked small accounts. If I were to get my best and change line of work of some kind, you would be issued a full refund. If you decide you want to work with us in a year's time, it would be 10K, and when they hit freshman year, it would be 8K. 8K. Again, so 8K. If you decide to work with us, it'd be 10K. In what year's time? As an 8th grader, it would be 10K, and when they hit freshman year, it would be 8K, and it stays at that amount. That said, to your point, things could change and become more or less expensive depending on how I improve my systems. Thank you for letting me know. I made a note to remind me about following up. I made a note about following up in 6 months. Good luck. Brian, thank you for letting me know. I've been asked this before. My brother's my financial advisor and has asked us on my accounts when I get hit by bus or change line of work of some kind, you'd be issued a full refund. I have been doing this for 10 years and I love it so much. That said, I understand your concerns. If you decide you want to work with it, okay. All right, that's that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. 2:00. Oh boy, I have a call right now. Okay, everyone. I'm going to join this call and make sure that it's working.
Recording in progress.
Oh, perfect. All right. Hello, everybody.
Hi. Sorry,
Hi.
just trying to figure out if I have the right link.
I'm so sorry about yesterday. I don't have a good answer. It was a technical error, and I'm terribly sorry. Thank you very much for your messages on Instagram and texting me and all that good stuff. I'm excited to talk to both of you. I got to look at all your videos, and we'll jump into that in a minute. I think your mom found me first, but could you just confirm, is that the case?
So I've seen you before on Instagram, but yeah, my mom is the one who had the connection through her friend, and her friend's son is Pedro. So yeah, she's the one who sort of facilitated that.
Awesome. And then there was kind of a longer video I tried to make you guys watch that kind of talks about like each step of the process. Did you guys get a chance to see that?
I watched like almost all the video links that you sent. So there was like 7 of them, I think.
There were quite a few. There was that one that kind of talked about the price as well as like how I do stuff. And I appreciate you watching that. So that is to say, my immediate point of view is I want to talk a little bit about your son and see if I can help him. Obviously, his situation, given where he is, you've already got interest in that thing. I may not be able to help you. So that's number one. I want to see if I can help you. Number two is I want to see if you think I can help you based on what we talked about today. And then finally, maybe I can scare him away from playing college soccer in all capacity. And then we don't have to have any more stress. We could just chill, which is probably pretty unlikely. So in saying that, Spencer, your mom kind of told me everything. I got to see your form. I've seen your videos. Can you just tell me a little bit about your current situation with the schools you're interested in and end it, if you don't mind, with what is it that you want me to help you with?
Yeah, for sure. So I went to a bunch of camps this summer. I've had contact with coaches for about, I'd say, over a year now. And at this point, there's only, I'd say, 6 schools that I'm really still in contact with. Like, I guess, yeah, maintaining that relationship. So the first one is probably my number one choice also is Pomona Pitzer. And sort of like the last thing that they've said to me, so sorry, to backtrack. They saw me at the UCSD camp and at Surf Cup, and they're interested, but and they think I'm a solid player, but they're not enough interested where they can give me a supported spot. They did offer to potentially give me a letter of recommendation when it comes to applying, and then maybe sort of a preferred walk-on situation there. Then probably the next top choice, the rest are sort of D1 schools like Ivies that have also kind of talked about preferred walk-on possibilities. So Princeton and Yale, I went to both of their camps. I played pretty well at both of them. And given my academics, they both have said like there could be an option if I get into the school, I could play there. And then UCSD, like I said, I played well at their camp. They're pretty slow, I think, from what I know in terms of recruiting, like pretty late in the process. And I could potentially, so that's a potential option for me. And then Swarthmore was at the Princeton camp, and they've expressed interest. That's sort of a newer connection. Another camp I went to was Vassar, and I played decently well, but at first they weren't entirely interested, but then through some following up and like more film, they said to keep in contact, and I don't think their class is finished yet. I might be forgetting some right now, but those are the top, I think, 6 schools.
Really helpful.
And then, there was a lot of other schools that I was in contact with, but then they sort of said, we're not interested based off camps or just they've moved along in the process.
Yeah, good. Very helpful. I do have some responses to that, but let me ask your mom. You also have your expertise. What do you think he needs the most help with at this moment?
what it felt like at all those camps that we went to is that they had already identified a group of students before we ever arrived that were kind of the people they were actually looking at. And I felt more like, okay, well, we were just there footing the bill for like for the kids that they were really actually watching. And there were camps where he was playing brilliantly and literally nobody was looking at the field. And so like the field he was on, because they were all looking at like the other field and you could kind of tell which were the kids. So what I felt like was we missed some steps here. Like, I don't know what it was about Spencer's worked so hard. I mean, so hard, but I don't know what it was about like what we were presenting initially in terms of like maybe the way the videos looked or, the right way to ask for a phone call or things like that. But I feel like he's had a lot of emails that may or may not have been legitimate, like interest, and like not a lot of like, hey, we want to get you on the phone. We really are like super excited about you. So I don't know. It sort of felt like he was kind of led along for a really long time, but he's an amazing player. And so the thing that's like confusing is here's a kid on a top team and he plays really well. And he has like amazing SAT score and a fantastic GPA. And he's just a good kid, like so hardworking. And his coach loves him. I don't understand like why he would show up at camps and they just wouldn't watch. So I feel like we didn't understand the process. And now I feel like maybe it's too late. But then my friend told me about you and she said, oh, he's been amazing. And we really feel like things opened up once my kid started working with him. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe he's got some thoughts, because we've been working with a guy who is the director of college placement for Albion, which is not Spencer's club, but used to be Spencer's club. We've been working with him for a year. So it's not that we've been like the blind leading the blind, but this is where we are.
Got it. Super helpful. Spencer, why do you want to play college soccer? This has obviously been tormentous to some degree. I know you love soccer, and I know exactly who you play for. I live in the area. I was tormented like you. I didn't have anyone kind of telling me what to do, which was its own issue. But my question to you is, why do you want to go through all this?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, as generic as it may be, I really just love the game, and I couldn't see myself not sort of competing at a high level for like the next 4 years, at least, in college. So yeah, I mean, I think it's partly because I love the game, partly because I just kind of crave that like competitive aspect of sports, and soccer happens to be my sport. And yeah, I just kind of want to be around the game at that high level for the next 4 years at least. So
Awesome.
That's my answer.
Can I tell you one more quick thing about Spence? Because I think it sums it up. We lived in Spain for 3 years and we lived in Barcelona, and he played for a local club team. So we played like all year, every year. And we used to have to get up because we didn't have a car. We used to have to get up sometimes at like 4:35 in the morning when he was a little guy to take the bus in the dark for like an hour and 15 minutes across the city so he could get to his, early morning game on time. And he never complained. Like he never once talked about how hard it was. And then when we moved back to California, he finally said, Mom, I really hated that team. And I was like, why didn't you ever say anything about it? And he said, because I love the game so much. And I knew if I told you I hated it, you'd have me quit. And he was like, I just never wanted to quit. And I feel like that's still the kid he is now.
Very good story. Okay, really helpful. So what I want to do, and this is kind of the hard part, this is the part where I'm not going to scare you away from playing clearly, but the hard part of the situation you're in. So if it helps with any clarity, you've been doing a bunch of things for a while, and it did lead to interest, right? You've gotten even responses from some Ivy Leagues, which is kind of like the big boys, Mount Olympus per se. And they've said to you, if you get in, there's an opportunity for you on the team. So I want to back up and say this. I'm not going to go on and say those coaches have lied to you or anything like that, but I want to be very cautious. There's this new rule, which I'm sure you're familiar with the roster cap. Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah, 28.
Yeah. So I don't believe any coach that says that anymore. There's no way they have enough spots for walk-ons. They're going to have to cut kids, and they're going to have to make kids quit, and then they're going to bring in kids that they want as their new shiny toys. So this concept that you could get in, which on its own you already know is, despite your amazing grades, we know how Ivy Leagues work, there's some kid with a 3.2 that will get in because of an essay or whatever. And then there's you with everything amazing, and they won't get you in because it's the people. Part of my job is to figure out, I talk to counselors every day and I figure out how can an athlete, manage their essays better. And the truth, what I'm learning is the people that are deciding whether you get in or get into the school, they're not magicians. They're normal people who frankly don't care about like a lot of certain aspects of the world. And those people judging you is not fair to you in terms of going to those Ivy League schools. The professors are probably very reasonable people, but the people that judge you if you get into the school, these are just like, typically, without being not nice, they're grammatically very aggressive type of people that are looking for certain things in an essay. And they're also amazing in some regards because it's Ivy League. They don't hire nobodies. But for you to be judged only on them, I think is harsh given the schools are so good. So here's my concern. You obviously can't depend on getting to walk on. I can almost guarantee you that will lead you to not playing in the fall. So I'm pretty confident on that. The spring might be possible. And that's probably what they actually mean when they say walk on. They're like, if you get in, great, come try out for the team in the spring. If the numbers, and we don't have a lot of numbers, which can happen in the spring with injuries and graduates and transfers, then great. And if that happens for you, Spencer, amazing, because it's an Ivy League school. But you don't want to depend on that, and you're not going to find out. Have you applied to any schools yet?
No, but
Okay.
I'm working on applications.
Good, and you should totally apply because academics come first, which is super important. But you don't want to be in the position, and I could be wrong. You could get into the school, they love you, you walk on, happy days, life is easy. But life, as you can tell from your own, typically doesn't work that way. So that is then to say this. For example, Pomona Pitzer are in a difficult situation. We have 5 kids I've committed to Pomona Pitzer in the last year and a half. They have 40 kids on their roster. It's a very complicated deal they have going on there. So for them to say to you, we'd write a recommendation letter for you to get in, you're going to try out for the team also if you end up getting in. So that's not obviously another ideal. Now, if you do and you get in, you should totally apply, take advantage of their rec letter. I know the kids I've committed, and I've watched your videos. Spencer, I think you're better than some of the kids I've committed to the school. But soccer is subjective. I'm one opinion, and I'm not the most important opinion in this matter for Pomona Pitzer. So, like the goal that your mom sent me the other day, that is really, really good. Super technique. Like, it was very good. Your surf videos, I've seen all your videos. So that goes back to your other question. What have we been doing wrong? I don't know the answer. I don't know about your other guy in Albion. I'm sure he means well. You have made progress. The glaring issue that I see at the moment, which you may not want to hear, is you're talking to schools that are debatably above your level. Now, that is debatable. So you could argue, hey, I am the level for Vassar. I am the level. But if you want to play college soccer, you got to reach out to some teams that you are non-negotiably better than, and they will basically say yes to you. Swarthmore is very competitive. Amherst is competitive. But if you want to play college soccer, which is exactly what you told me, at this stage, you're going to have to open up your list. That is the problem we're facing. Now, you don't have to do that. You can decide I don't want to, but then you may risk not getting to play college soccer. That's the way I see it right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that really comes back to this. The other reason that's important is, let's say you do get interest from, we open up your list. And by open up your list, I'm only saying the top academic D3s and maybe some lower level D1s. That's all. I just, you're talking about the Ivies. They're the most competitive schools in the country. If you're open to slightly lower level Division 1s, there might be an opportunity for you. The GPAs obviously aren't the same. And Division 2s are out of the question. You have 2 good grades, so we're going to avoid those completely. So we're just talking about Division 3 and Division 1. So now if you go, I'm open to some more Division 3 schools, which there are a lot of good academic ones. There is always a possibility of transferring, which we don't like doing because it's expensive and you don't want to go into a school planning to leave. But we had another kid last year who reminds me a lot of your case. He came to me, he was a senior, really good player. He goes, Zev, I did all the emails. I went to all the camps. How come they don't like me? I watched this video. I'm like, you're Division 1 level. And I go, look, but you at least when you came to me, it was too late to and he was around this time. So I go, look, who has made you an offer? And it was a small D3 school called Hartwick. Nobody knows them. He's playing Division 1 now. He did really well with them, and not even really well. He didn't win any awards. He just kept in touch with them, did what I would tell you to do. And now he's playing Division 1 soccer at South Carolina, which is not an Ivy League school, but it's a good program. So it kind of brings me to the question of this. To back up with your camp situation, I'm sorry, it sucks. And unfortunately, that's the college process. Now, one argument is while you felt you were giving them your money. If you didn't go to the camp, you would have never got a chance. So even though they didn't look at you, you had to go. So at least you got a chance. Now, if we did it again, I might, which we may have to do, I would say we're not going to any camps until they respond really genuinely and, they really want to, that type of thing. But, you went to the camps, And now also we have to leverage the interest you have. So like an Ivy League school saying, if you get in, we'll have you on the team, needs to be crafted in an email really well. So when we send it to Bowdoin, Middlebury, the NESCAC schools, which are academically in your world, or you mentioned Pomona-Pitzer, but there's Occidental. In California, there's really not that many top academic schools, so you're limited there. But there are some more academic schools in New England. Anyways, it is to say, how badly do you want to play college soccer? That is what you're facing right now. And even from my perspective, if I could wave a magic wand and call up Pomona-Pitzer and say, you're missing out, the kid's amazing, he'll go, I have my opinion. I don't need even if I tell him how great you are, like his coach loves him, it's up to the coaches. That's their job. So, and also I'm not with the team every day. I don't know if somebody gets injured and all those things. So my immediate thing is this: if we're in a fixture situation, at least in my tool set, you're going to have to open up the list to other schools.
Yeah.
And if you say, you know what, I'm willing to at least send them an email, right? It doesn't cost you anything. You're not going anywhere. And then the second thing is, which your mom brought up, some level of communication is breaking down because you are too good to not play college soccer. Like you're way too good. That's the other issue that I would say is for you not to end up on a college soccer team at a very good school would be heart-wrenching for you and for your parents. So we have to face the music per se a little bit. But the good thing is if we take a step backwards per se, it doesn't mean that tomorrow we go to Pomona and say, I have an offer from another school. Is it a yes or is it a no? Not da-da-da-da-da. And they may go, I didn't know they like you. We're going to get you into the school. It could happen that quickly. The other thing is you do have to apply to your top schools because one, the application deadlines are due and you got to go to college. But also if you do get in, we want to how do we get to make sure they know you when you try out? It's no different. They got to watch a video before you try. You got to go into their office. The situation doesn't change that much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a long-winded way to basically say, what do we do next? So I'm going to show you what I think we need to do, and then you guys can decide if you want to do it. Deal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's how that's going to work. I wrote this out a little bit before our call in anticipation for what was to come. So Spencer, are you at school right now or where are you right now?
Spencer, you frozen?
Might have lost him.
Oh yeah, he is at school.
Okay.
He's at PE.
All good. That's what we have to figure out these things, even in the middle of the day.
Okay.
No worries. I can show you. I can repeat it
Okay.
for him. But basically, the first thing is you guys sent me all this video, which was super cool. But it's on different pages, it seems like. So if I click his page.
He's basically made like a different video for each of the.
So I want all the videos in one page. That's number one. All videos go, because that's a profile, basically. So all videos on one page. That's number one. Number two, we are going to, Spencer, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was telling your mom, number one, you have all these different videos. They all need to go on one page. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this is a small one. Your Gmail photo is of you surfing. We need a soccer.
Yeah.
So soccer photo. Next thing is, which is small. That's not the reason anything didn't happen, but it's important to me. So soccer, got to put all the videos on one page. Your self-interview is really good. Did you guys make that up yourself or did you see some of my videos?
I think I saw
we
one
saw
of your videos
Pedro's.
or somebody.
Pedro's video. There you go. Okay. So self-interview is great. We're going to change it a little bit where we have like your accolades on one page and then your self-interview here, just because that's what coaches like. But again, that's minimal. The soccer bits, one of the things I talk about is like, we need more video. We need better video. You have quite a bit of video that I'm really happy with. I can put circles on, you've already put circles and like you're maybe zooming in. It's good. You have good video. Like I'm not really worried about that, which is rare. I'm usually always worried about video. So I have a pretty good feeling most of the coaches you've spoken to have not watched all your videos, would be my assumption. So in saying that, the biggest thing of all we're going to do is basically this. And again, there is no guarantee that this will breed reward, but you don't really have a choice. Imagine you're in Alcatraz and this is your only way out of prison, in my opinion anyways. So
Mhm.
this system that I built allows us to email a lot of schools really quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the top academic schools. This is connected to my account, so you'll have your own account. And there are going to be some schools on there you've never heard of, but the reason it's important is Pomona Pitzer have lost to these schools. They're better than them soccer-wise, so it helps us with leverage. And what you're going to do is you're going to press select all, and you're going to write an email, and you're going to go like this. And we did this with Pedro. Dear coach, hashtag coach's name. You're going to go hashtag genuine. It will automatically help us write something genuine for each coach, and we'll help you do that. You're going to hit preview. It will automatically say Fowler, and this is Fowler, DeVito. It has all the coaches. And then I'm going to tell you what to say, and you're going to do it my way from now on, whatever way you were doing before. I'm going to look at that. We'll get into that in a minute, but you're going to do it my way, and you're going to press send. Your video has to be fixed a little bit. We got to do it, but we're going to press send, and it's going to go. We're going to send this email from Division III schools. We're going to send it to like probably 300 coaches and about 100 schools. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And some of these schools you'll like and some of them you won't like, but you don't have a choice. We will also do the same thing with Division I. Okay. So we'll do the exact same thing, but instead of D3, we'll do D1. Now, the top D1s stand for, no, we're not going to do those schools. We're going to talking about kind of one level below. We'll give you a D1 list and we'll say, these are the schools you're going to email because they may really like you and your GPA is great and all those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the problem with the D1s, no matter what you say to them, they're going to say, can you come to camp? Or they're going to say, what's your showcase schedule? When is your next ECNL showcase?
I think that it's in
Phoenix.
November.
Yeah.
So some of the schools will be done with their season because they will lose, or they'll send their assistant coaches, and some will not. But because you're at ECNL and you go to a showcase, Division I is possible. Like it's still on the table, just not maybe some of the Ivy Leagues. So it is to say, we want to email them and see if they'll come to a game. We're not going to any more camps. No more camps. The only time we would go to a camp in your case is if they specifically, implicitly tell us that we need to see you to make an offer. Otherwise, we're not going. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, unless, or I tell you otherwise, maybe we read your email and we say like, look, in this scenario, like you should go to the camp because of blah, blah, blah. So the other thing is you will never ask for a phone call again. 99% of the time, coaches have to ask a phone call of you. You cannot ask a phone call of a coach. So I don't know your communication last time with Albion or whoever, but that's just statistically, I've done this for a long time. I've sent a million emails. It's just how the deal is. So we need them to want to speak to you. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth here. In my opinion, the results you're going to get quickly are the Division III schools that we're going to open up your list. They're going to respond to you. And you're going to go, I don't like this one. I don't like that one. I don't like this one. But maybe one or two of them you do like. And that is going to be your avenue right now for potentially playing college soccer. And you'll have either be open-minded to it, or you can say to your mom and I, hey, look, I'd rather, if I end up getting into XYZ, try and walk on and be happy with that. And if you want to do that, we will still help you try and walk on and do that process also. And that's okay too. Like I don't want you going to school you don't want to go to. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is the consequence of not maybe getting to play college soccer, and we have to measure that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So in your case, then the final thing is this: is you have already done a bunch of stuff, a ton of stuff, and what I need to do is I need to figure out what exactly you have done. So I need to do what's called an audit. So what you're going to do is when you sign up with me, or if you sign up with me, you're going to basically share your screen with my coach, and you're going to copy and paste everything you've done. I want to see every email, every text message, and I'm going to read it. And I may say to you, whoa, you missed it. This is an offer. Or whoa, you missed it. You need to go to their camp. Or whoa, they got to come to see more video. I don't know, but I'm going to have to basically imagine you are going to give me what you think is English, and I'm going to tell you it's been in Spanish the whole time and how to translate it, although you may speak Spanish, so bad example. But you know, does that make sense?
I mean, that's going to be like thousands of emails.
I know that is a lot. So what we'll probably do for simplicity is I only care about the schools you care about. So we'll simple it to that. And I'll say, I really just need the last 2 emails of those emails. That way I can basically see the chain. And it may be easier where we just spend an hour and I just go through them with you. You share your screen and we just go through the emails versus you copying, pasting them all into the document. To give you the example, the way I'm going to want it. So when we give you this system, you're going to organize every email into the following categories. Was it a genuine email or was it a generic email? That's basically what I need to know. And this system will do that for you. So from now on, anytime you send an email, it will connect to your Gmail account. You'll click a star button. You'll say this was a generic email. It came from this school and their camp date was on this. And it will automatically save it into this pipeline so we can keep everything organized.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we're going to send a lot of emails theoretically. Okay, so here's the bottom line, though. So here's a complicated part. Normally, I would say here's the one option to work with me, but I think I'm going to have to provide a different option for different reasons. So let me just back up actually first, Spencer, and say, when you normally I'll ask you the question like, is this the help you're looking for? In your case, I want to say, do you see your problem at hand? Do you see what the problem is and why right now you're at risk of playing college soccer?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I do.
Mom, do you see it too? Does it, at least from my perspective, does it make sense?
I think so. I think so.
Okay, so since it's not extra clear,
I know it just because he's actually spoken. I mean, a lot of the schools that he has been in contact with were D3 schools that you've mentioned. So
Yeah.
it's not that he didn't pursue that. It's
That's good
like
to know.
he has a very detailed response from the head coach of Bowdoin explaining exactly why they're not taking him and what the situation would be like if he is to matriculate to the school, and then what they could talk about in terms of him getting on the team.
yeah, good example. So that's it further proves we have to go a notch lower than Bowdoin. You guys got a hold of him. He told you he's not the level. So that is the situation we're looking at. We're looking at the second tier list of top academic schools, even though his grades are great, which is why he's going to apply to maybe Bowdoin if you want to. And if you get in, it's a different animal. But from a soccer perspective, we got to do the second tier. And to your guys' point, there's an argument. Hey, look, we know how to email those second tier schools. Now that Zev has told us we have to be open-minded to it, we can do that on our own, which, because I do cost money. So that there may be value to you guys doing that. So to your mom's point, though, thank you for telling me because I didn't know that. That's good to know. So that further says here is maybe the situation that we're in. This is why I'm going to present kind of two options that maybe make the most sense for you guys in your situation. So typically, the model would do this for you guys. Basically, I'd partner you with one of my coaches and you would get me. And the reason you need both of us is because you have a lot of work we have to do. And you're going to talk to my coach on a daily basis, like every day via Discord and go, here's my problems, But in your case, like you've already been told the answer. They don't like me. They do like me, that type of thing. But if you it my way, we're going to send out a new email that will get us some new responses. And we're going to do it my way this time around, which your way was pretty good. You did get responses, which is then to say you're going to message us on Discord just so you could keep in touch. The other thing is, yeah, we'll fix your video. You know, there's an argument that you guys with direction could fix the video on your own, which I'll show you an option for that. And then you'll get the AI and we'll be able to talk to you. So typically to work with me, this is the price and we're with you until you graduate college. Honestly, given how far along you guys are, this maybe doesn't make sense for you because you've already done so much work. I'm basically saying, look, here's the reality. We got to look lower level for right now. Plus you want to apply and get help. So the other option, so this is I would fix your videos and your videos don't need a ton of fixing other than to be put in one place. Yes, I need to fix your main highlight video, and I need you to email. The other option, which I think for you might make more sense, but there's option 2, is you would do a 1-hour call with my team just so we could go over I just want to read the emails with you and be like, what is happening exactly? Just 1 hour. Then what we would do, it'd probably end up being 90 minutes, to be honest, but we call it an hour. Then what we do is we give you the AI system and you can email them. And you can use your own methods that have been working and you can email them. We can't edit your videos, but we will tell you how to fix it. You've seen the examples. You just need a page next to yours. Your order, I like you could insert your new goal that you scored because it was a really good goal. Then the last thing would be you would be able to text with us, at all times via Discord basically. But you wouldn't get to talk to us unlimited. So in this model, we would do Zoom calls with you every day, every week, as much as you needed. In this one, it would just be a one call. And this is basically $9.99 and it's cheaper. It's on your own. And really the truth is the only thing that's different here is what I told you today, which is you have to lower your standard to some degree, including the D1s, and you need to email a lot of Division III schools. And we will give you our list. You guys may say we already did a lot of those, which is fine, but we would give you 2 different lists, a kind of a top academic D3 list and also like a mid-tier D3 list, and go, you got to email them and you got to email these D1s or you won't play college soccer. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask your mom. Normally in my headspace, I'm pretty clear. Hey, this model won't work. You should do this one. Honestly, I think the option 2, the cheaper model, would be better for you guys. It's cheaper for one, but then also you get the tools. You still get to talk to us if you need help, right? Including your Albion guy, and you get to use the tool to like send emails to a list that I would give you, and we would tell you, hey, for your video, you got to add in the cover photo, and there's an editor online that could do that pretty easily. I don't feel it usually, even from a business perspective, it'd be justified. Pay me the bigger amount and we'll help you and da-da-da. But you guys have done so much already. Your biggest issue, I think, is that the schools you've reached out to have told you that they don't think you're the level. So you have to deal with those facts.
Yeah. I mean, sort of to go off that, like, although I completely agree with you, what you're saying is like the schools that have told me I'm not at the level, I think I am at the level, but like just at the particular camp, like the one instance that they saw me,
Well
I didn't
said.
play my best.
That's so
But,
true.
yeah.
That's a good, and I agree, Spencer, because I think you're the level. I've watched all your videos. You think they watched all your videos? No.
Probably not. No.
And also at the camp, their job is to make a split decision in that moment, and that's the life of the game. It's what makes it exciting. It's also what makes it miserable. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. And it comes back to what your mom told that story. Do you want to keep waking up at 4 a.m. to keep doing this? We don't have to. You could play club soccer tomorrow and really play soccer for fun, whatever school you get into. And you could still do that, even if you pursue this option. Go, I ended up getting into Princeton. I'm going to walk on. Didn't make it. I'll play for the club team. They're really good. They're really good. And you got into Princeton, go to school at Princeton. But given how much you love soccer and all the effort we've put in, this is kind of the place we're at the minute.
Yeah, for sure.
I do wish there was like a better answer in your situation where I could go, hey, the coach said this is what it means, and they actually want you guys to be on the team and you misread it. But you guys have done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do like hourly consulting just with you and not with one of your coaches? Because I
Yeah,
think
it's a
you're
very
pretty
good
amazing.
question. In your scenario, the truth is I don't. But in your scenario, we would. I am more expensive, so it could be more of my time. So if you were to do it with me, basically the first call, it would be it'd be the $9.99 period because we give you all the tools and stuff. And then if you wanted more calls with me later, basically it's each time you want to speak to me, it's this much. And then you go, okay, that's what the deal. We want to talk to Zev every now and then. Look, my coaches are very good. Your situation is complicated. So I do appeal to that. So with that in mind, that's kind of how we would do it. And you don't have to do this. If we cover it all in this one, great. If not, then you can do this later, 6 months from now or whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. When I had read and watched your stuff online and it said like 5,000 lifetime, but I thought it said something about like even like as a transfer student or if you were wanting to play pro, I was thinking like, oh, well, maybe I make this payment now, but it extends across like whatever he does in college and so forth.
Yeah,
so that's
which
why
is
I was
true.
thinking about it.
For this model, it does. We're with you forever. If you want to transfer, if you want to try and go pro, we have a few kids who are in college now. If you're playing in college, you have to go play USL 2, which is like a summer league. And then if you want to play pro, you have to go to a bunch of pro combines. There's a bunch of steps if that's what you want to do. So yeah, we're with you forever if you do this model. Because we're so focused on the college thing at the minute, if we could do this, but if he ends up not playing college soccer because he chooses not to, you don't exactly get this back. So like it may not be justified for you. So this may make more sense in your situation.
And if he goes to college and has not gotten onto a team, then it's not possible for him to transfer and get on a team.
Oh, for sure
right?
it is. For sure. It's challenging. There's issues. But yeah, absolutely. It comes back for sure. Basically, what would happen is we have to do a lot of the similar process again. But the emails are a little different because every coach is like, how come you want to transfer? How come you're doing that? But if he doesn't make, let's say he gets into Pomona and doesn't make it, and he goes, I really want to play soccer and I want to transfer. For sure, you could totally transfer. A lot of ways too, like with a Bowdoin, who go, we think you're the level, we really like you, the timing was off. You could literally say to them, what if I could take a gap year? Would you sign me in a year from now?
Well, Harvard said that to him. They said, we would consider you as a 2026. And Spencer was like, oh, heck no, I'm going to college. But they did say that.
Yes, but what if he decided to transfer as a 2026? So he goes to college and then transfers. That may work, and so for Harvard's a good example. If they would consider, that's a huge compliment, which shows how good you are, because Harvard don't say that to anybody, is they would go, you could say to Harvard, which you should do one day, I've committed to so-and-so. Can't wait. I just want to say thank you for all your help. Then you secretly say, hey, good job in your game here. I played really well too, blah, blah, blah. End of season comes. They go, yeah, we've been watching you. Transfer to Harvard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think here's the next step from my thing. I think you guys should probably consider this one if you're going to consider any of them. I have to send you a custom link for this one because I don't do this one for anybody else. So what I would just need you to do is email me back. I would need to know in 24 hours because I don't do this. So it would just mean I would need to know by tonight, latest tomorrow. If you're like, hey, we want to do the one-time thing and like just read over everything, then I'll do it. We'll go over everything. And we can decide what your next steps are after that, basically. If you don't do it in 24 hours, then I will not be able to do it because I will get busy.
Understood.
For sure.
And I'll send over the email and just email me back and say, we decided we want to do option 1, fine. Or, hey, that second custom option, we'll do that. Could you send the link over and I'll do that.
With option number 1, does that include you or is that just one of your coaches?
Good question. On a day-to-day, you will talk to my coaches, but I do monitor everything. So like every email, every meeting, everything you're doing. I'm going to be honest. The other option, the 5 one, that's not, you guys should not do that one. Don't do it. You got to do the other one. It's too complicated. Now, later on, if we have success and you go, hey, Zev, we know we're going to transfer, then I'll put you on the other model because then we need to talk to you on a daily basis. But right now, don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that one. Do the one time. If you're going to do anything, do the one time with me.
Okay. All right. Hey, really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. Incredibly helpful and kind. And thanks for being so honest. Really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome, guys. I'll talk to you very soon. I'll send you over an email and we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. I have another tough one coming up. Oh yeah, you seniors. You seniors are tough. Instagram. What's up, everyone on Instagram? I'm in 8th grade. What should I be doing to progress in soccer? Please make a highlight video. I'm in 8th grade right now. What should I do to get better? Make a highlight video. Wow, 20 people. Wow, 40 people. There's like 70 people listening to me right now. Isn't that crazy? You guys are so cool. Thanks for listening. Why is it tough? I just joined. Oh, it's tough because he's a senior. That's why. How long should I have it be? 2 to 4 minutes. Back again. How often do you scout a player who didn't make varsity team freshman year? I'll watch everyone's video. If you send me a video, I will watch it. Oh, Christ. Okay. I got to make a video real quick. Okay, hold on one second. Everybody. Hi, everybody. I got to, of course, talk to Rob before you got on a call with him because that's my job. And then I watched the recording after you spoke to Rob. And Rob did everything correct, meaning he said his job is to scare you away, also show you what it's like to work with us. And of course, you'll be seeing my videos like this and you'll be texting with me. And then you'll also get a coach. So that way we're always monitoring you guys. We really like both your daughters. But one of the things that Rob did incorrectly, and I did tell him this after the call, but he had already sent the email out. So it was bad timing, bad on our part, is we cannot do you guys for one price. And it's mainly because your daughters, we've done this in the past. I'm a brother. I have a younger brother who played college soccer. We've done twins before. Your daughters will have two different situations, and it will not work. We will not be able to do both you guys as if you're one person. You will you may have the same coach, but you will meet at different times. You will have totally separate meetings. You will have totally separate videos. You have totally separate everything. So the price that he gave you is not something we can do. And that's a mistake on our part. I told him that we could, but after watching your video and getting to know you guys better, it's really not something we can do and deliver the job that you want us to do. Now, having said that, we do give a discount for siblings, and we do want to give that to you guys. So typically what we do is we basically say instead of 5 for each person, we do 4 for each person. And that's the deal. And then you work with us. And if you can't do that, because I know that's 8 total, which is, an expense, then you go, we can't work together. And it's my fault, not Rob's. I'm really sorry. However, because we made this mistake and miscommunicated with you, we would basically instead do 3. So 3 for one and 3 for the other, which is 6, which is the best we can do. If you guys say, look, you guys told us incorrectly and we misunderstood and we were so excited, then that's fair too. And we'd have to go our separate ways. So this is a mistake on our part regarding price structure. But the main reason is we cannot treat your girls the same. And I think you can appreciate that they will, we will be giving them like a coach still knows both of them because they're going to go through a similar situation, but they're going to have totally different scenarios. One coach is going to like one of your kids and the other coach isn't going to like one of your kids. And also we don't want them saying the exact same thing because the coaches will get confused. That's what happens with twins, especially, and brothers and sisters. We need them to feel separate. As it happens, my longtime girlfriend in college is a twin and they were not identical, and I know you guys are different also, but they were twins, and getting recruited was a pain. They would talk about like one coach liked us, then they thought it was the other one. And, we don't want that scenario. So I want to tell you that we will still give you a large discount, a larger one than we would normally do for the mistake. But to be clear, we can't do 5. It would be 6. And if that's something you guys are still open to, we'll get you started. If you're not, then I am really sorry. This is bad by my part. We were very excited to work with you and we like both your kids as people. We like you as a family, but that is the situation we're in. All you would have to do if you still want to work with us is respond and say, hey, we still want to do it. And we'll send you a different link. If you go, hey, with that in mind, we can't do this, then let me know as well. And we'll go from there. Thank you guys. I apologize and we'll talk soon. Okay. No, I'm already. Okay. Okay. Let me know if you want jokes. If you're playing in Australia, click the link in the bio. Internationals are difficult. Does MLS matter scouting a player? Yes, it definitely matters. Okay. 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 right. Okay. Okay. All right. See. Okay. What should a sixth grader start communicating with college coaches? Sixth graders, we actually do have a plan for sixth graders. I know it sounds crazy. We have to call us if you're a sixth grader, Samuel. We don't talk to coaches in the traditional way. We do a little bit of a workaround. Does a YouTube page beneficial? You must have a YouTube page. Got a question? I'm a college freshman. I want to play college soccer. Is it possible? It is possible. Give me a call. On average, how many camps would you recommend do junior year? Oh, it's a tough question. It really depends on how many genuine interests you get, how committed you are. I would plan for 4 to 6. Elite Academy is good for D3. If you go to Spain, you cannot play college soccer. When and where would you rank on the youth soccer pyramid? The new Texas 2 League. It's below ECNL RL, so you have to aim for D3 and D2. You recommend a YouTube page or others? No, YouTube page is the best. YouTube page is the best. Any chance back to Goal Strikers will be back? They're still around. Hey, I'm going to Mercer University camp this Sunday. What are some good tips to keep in mind while I'm playing? Grayson, make sure you memorize the names of the players. Make sure you help with all the gear and send a follow-up email afterwards, and then you have fun and play your best. Okay, so. All right, guys, I need to do one other thing. Is NAL good? How will ECNL change for fall 25 impact those who will be freshmen? Colleen, are you talking about freshmen in college or freshmen in high school? How will ECNL change for fall 2025 impact that will be freshmen? Freshmen in high school. Is that what you mean? Just to confirm. My little bro just made the One World soccer team in Austin, Texas. Have you heard of them? The One World. I'll look it up right now. I've never heard of One World. One World Soccer Team, Texas. Oh, okay. Yes, I know what this is. This is awesome, but not good for college soccer recruiting. It's considered like tier 3. But you can, well, that's not true. It can be good. You can aim for Division 3. Definitely, you could potentially play Division 3 soccer, which would be really good. What is the first step in college recruitment process for a sophomore who hasn't started? Highlight video. Make a video. Video. Or call me. Okay, everyone. I need to do some work. Let me see if I'm going to. Oh, I do have another call, actually. I have another call pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to kind of go. I'm going to talk out loud. You guys, I'm unfortunately, I can't pay my full attention towards you, which is not nice. but I'm gonna go quiet. Around 3:30, I have a call. I haven't eaten today. I need to eat. Okay. I'm gonna eat. You guys can hang out. I'm gonna eat. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting some food. What would be the best way for my little bro to make a D1 team? Cole, you'd have to call me. D1 is challenging. You have to be a certain level. You have to be playing at a certain level. Less than 2% of kids play Division 1, so I would have to talk to them. What is your YouTube? Why is YouTube crucial for recruiting? How do you think college coaches watch your videos? They go through your YouTube page. Why is having YouTube crucial? Yeah, that's why. Okay, Instagram. Is E64 good for 15-year-old? For Division 3, potentially. Should I use my local college IML as highlights, or what should I do? I don't know how old you are, Leo01. So I don't know about that one. Okay. Good question. Good questions. All right. There's not that many people here. I'm going to take a break. I will come back on live soon. If you guys have more questions, call me. It's the only way I can really help you. And I will talk to you soon. Bomba 37. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, bye-bye. If your high school doesn't do video, get mom or dad to record you. There is no excuse not to get video. You have to get video. Bye.